Yeah, g'day guys. If you've ever wanted to know how to change the gas springs on your tailgate, this is the video for you. Here we go. So let me just show you what we're talking about. At the moment, these are just not working, so. Oh, and that tailgate is heavy. Here's the current repair method. It's a big stick. Anyway, let's have a closer look. These are the gas springs, and they're just sort of on a little ball on each end. And when they rattle like this, and they can move in and out pretty freely, that means there's no gas left in it. They're actually a gas spring. They're not a strut or anything like that. And when they rattle internally like that, that's pretty bad. It means they're buggered. Many modern cars nowadays have them, so even on the little hatchbacks, they're on there. But this is 95 XJG. These would probably be originals, and you can buy these relatively easily. You just got to find the model. Your auto parts supply will have them. I bought these new ones from Rock Auto. So let's get into replacing it. It's not a real hard job, just a bit of mucking around. So instead of this stick that's going to kill me every time I open the tailgate, I'll be able to just push the button and we'll be away. So let's get into that, eh? Here we go. So these are the tools that you'll probably use to do this project. It is quick and easy, it's not hard. Just a couple little screwdrivers, maybe a little pry bar. I've got one with a little notch taken out of it if the ball is difficult to remove. But these should be right. They got a little clip and a pair of pliers and whichever. So different struts have different ways of sort of clipping on there. So these ones are pretty easy. They have a little metal clip. Let's show you how to dismantle them. So here we go. So if you have a look here, if the camera will focus properly for me, there is a little tiny, oh hang on, there we go. There's a little tiny wire clip there. Sometimes you can get it with your fingernail if you've got tough fingernails, and it just folds out that way like that. Let's see if I can get you in there a bit closer. Yeah, see that? It just springs around, and because it just holds it in there, it's a retaining clip, and then you just pull it downwards so it comes out like that. If the camera will focus. There we go. So it's a little clip, nothing big, and that's sort of what holds it in there. So just a little clip at the back there, and it just comes around the front. Oh, there we go. Just comes around the front, and you just got to pull it upwards. Give a little wiggle and the pin comes out. So it's a very clever little design. Now that should come off without too much trouble. Let's just put a little pry bar behind it, because there's no weight on it because I've got this big stick here. So it should just pop off. Just be careful what you leverage against. There we go, because you don't want to damage your interior. And this one should come off relatively easy. Oh, there we go, just comes straight off. Now I was having a look at the new ones, the replacements, and they're a little bit different design in the clips, because these ones here are you put the little pin in like exactly the opposite. So you put that little pin in, and then that stops the ball from coming off, and then you just put that little around the outside, and there it is there. So, but these ones are a little bit different. If we've got enough light there. They've got little like grabs on them. Okay, so there's a little bit better picture, a bit more light on that clip. It's retained by the backing part. It just clips in, and it's not very difficult to remove or to put on. I'll just show you. You just give it a bit of a wiggle and a bump, and it goes into place. It's pretty easy. I'll show you how to pop them on. Here we go. So we can just push it against the little ball. Like there's a little ball there. Just make sure it's got a little bit of grease on there too, or it'll squeak. So I'll try and do this one-handed, which is a little bit tricky. So you sort of just push against it, give it a wiggle, and it's in there. So it's a two-handed operation to get this end on, because The old one sagged and that stick must have been cut just for convenience, so you just got to push the tailgate up and then just push on the clip. Just like that. So there we go. That actually has spring to push upwards. You let it go and it goes up. They're all installed. You can always tell when your gas springs are buggered, other than the tailgate dropping on you. You just give them a push when they're, look at that, there's no gas spring in there at all. Let's have a look at this one. Oh yeah, that one just drops straight in. So they're good for nothing. So something just to be mindful of, if you're doing this yourself, just always make sure that the clips are in there properly, because you don't want them to pop off. They should be fine. Once they're clipped in, then they're not really going anywhere. They're not going anywhere, so just make sure they're not going to drop on your head. Make sure that ball is all the way inside that socket. So once they're done and in, she's job's done. Nice and easy. So that only took, in real time, it only took about 8 minutes. So not a difficult job. Another tip is when you install the struts, some people put them in upside down, which sounds kind of funny because I've actually put these ones in. It looks like they're upside down, and they will be. When you close the door, it will be upside down. Hang on, just let me show you. So when you close the tailgate, it's down like that, and it's upside down. So what I've found that if it's up the other way, I'll show you with this one. If it's up the other way, like the gas spring is like this, so when the door comes down like this, the spring sits like that effectively, and dirt sits in top of there and it wrecks the seal. So when I install them, I always install them like this, so no dust, especially a four-wheel drive vehicle, no dust seems to sit inside that seal. So for when the door's closed, I mean, because dust still gets in your door seals and everything. So these little seals don't get damaged, and as soon as the seals are damaged, the oil or the gas escapes, and then the spring is non-functionable. So that's just another little tip. About 10 minutes you can replace these struts by yourself. Sometimes the clips are a little bit difficult to get off, but once you got them worked out, it's just working out what kind of clips that retain them, and generally they're not that hard, so you just a bit of mucking around and you're away. So but anyway, check out my other videos, link in the description. We'll catch up with you later, eh? See ya.